Okay, so the first thing you see when you get to that page is the number of checklists that are waiting to be transferred for that data set. So the data set here is shown. The export test data is the one I've been using. It tells me that there's 312 checklists that are waiting to be transferred. This is done in batches between 10 checklists and 200 at a maximum. So you have to do it in small batches. So potentially you can do it if you use the maximum. You could do this in two batches for 300 checklists. But let's limit it to 10 just for this demonstration for now. Okay, so this shows you the list of all the next batch of checklists that are waiting to be transferred. You can see the details, the location, the date. So the 10th of June 2003. You can click on this link to actually see where this is located. So this is in the Norfolk County area. Actually in the Norfolk County area, or Haldeman, Norfolk. And so you just select, you just confirm, or you just leave start import for any of the checklists you actually want to proceed. If there's any one checklist that you want to wait, you could just hit the cancel button for those. And then if you were to hit the delete button, it would actually not delete the original checklist in the Atlas dataset or whatever dataset these came from, but it would just remove the checklist from the transfer queue permanently, so it would not ask you to confirm or to transfer it again. Okay, so I'm just going to leave those first three as canceled, and then proceed with the rest of the batch. I'm going to say start import. So now it's pushing data into eBird. Okay, so all of them have been sent. They're being processed at the eBird end, so you just let the page refresh every few seconds. It'll come back and give you an update on the process. So the first three we asked to be canceled, so this is expected. So out of the 10, there's 4 that are now completed. So these green check marks are actually successfully completed. There's 1 that is waiting for confirmation, so I did observe a grasshopper sparrow on that date, and then 3 of them failed because I actually asked them to be cancelled. Okay, so just like in eBird, these are based on regional filters. These are actually based on exactly the same filters that eBird is based on. So these are either rare species within at a location and a date, or they may also be just unusual high count, so an unusual number of individuals reported for a common species, let's say. So just like in eBird, when you're being asked for confirmation, you would just enter some details, bird description, could be anything you feel is relevant, just like you would do in eBird, and then you would just hit confirm and do apply changes. So note that it is not possible here to make any changes, any edits to the checklist. So if you wanted to say, oh, actually this was only one individual, or I wanted to add a new species or something, this is not something that is possible to do from this tool. So you would have to go either back to the original data set. If the data entry was still available for that project, you could just go back and make those changes. So you would hit cancel here, so it would sort of wait to transfer this data set or this checklist, and then you make the changes in the original, and then you come back, and then the next time you actually transfer it. Or you just go ahead and confirm with the errors, and you can also remove that checklist or that species from the checklist. So if you wanted to say, I'm going to go ahead with the transfer, I'm just going to ignore the grasshopper or sparrow for now because it's an error, then you can go and do that. And either way, you can just make those corrections afterwards, and once it's into your eBird account. So I'm just going to leave it in for now. there may be, in this case, there was only one confirmation requested, but there may be several, so you just need to do confirm for all of these confirmations or cancel as you prefer. And once you do that, you just hit apply changes, and then it'll just go ahead and finish the process. And that's pretty much it. We've already transferred 7 checklists. 3 of them we canceled ourselves, and then if you wanted to keep going, then once this is completed, you could, let's say, go with a slightly higher number, 50 checklist, and you would just hit start import again, or I could have hit just new batch again to start a new batch from going. And yeah, every time you want to transfer data, you come back here and then you just hit the start import button and then respond to any request for confirmation, and you're all done. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy using this tool. I think it will make the transfer of Canadian data into eBird quite efficient, hopefully. And I look forward to see some of your Canadian data into eBird.